You guys are about to witness the dumbest moment in internet history. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel, welcome to the page. About 2.5 weeks ago, I got into a motorcycle accident. Not on this bike, luckily, thank God. I got into a motorcycle accident on my Ducati Panigale. It was one of the saddest moments of my life, and I regret going riding that night every single day. But that doesn't mean I hate riding. If you really don't know me, I'm one of the dumbest people when it comes to motorcycles on this platform. Ever since I wrecked, I have been dying to ride this bike. Foot's broken, do you think it'll work? I broke my foot, you think I can ride? Yeah, riding to me is one of the best things in the world, and when I cannot ride, oh my god, my mental just goes to crap. And so the only thing that's been keeping me going is that I know that I had this bike waiting for me when I felt a little bit better. Now when I crashed my Ducati, I did end up breaking my foot. I also got a bunch of road rash. This is fully healed over, so I'm sure that's fine to show. Not any gore or anything, it's just a little bit of redness. That's totally fine. Obviously it was a lot worse before. As you can see, it went all the way out to here, but everything's been healing up very quickly. I've been getting a lot of criticism online saying how, like, oh, it's not real road rash, like it wasn't a real crash. I cannot show you guys the extent of the damage of the night that I crashed. That's just like, it's not okay on any of the platforms that I'm on. I can tell you, I am 22 years old. I am in pretty reasonably good shape. I eat very well, I eat my vitamins, I exercise regularly, even while I'm injured and like trying to heal, I'm still exercising. All of these factors plus decent genetics help me heal extremely quickly. And so even though this foot was completely shattered, that's why I can still hobble around on it 2 weeks later. That first week after the accident, I couldn't even look at the foot or let alone even stand on it. But now I'm feeling a lot better. I can at least hobble around on it. I still can't bend it, which is why I'm wearing this like half sandal medical boot. And the road rash is pretty much completely healed up. Or healed up as good as it's going to get. That's because road rash sticks with you for the rest of your life as a scar. So if you're into modeling, I would make sure you wear your motorcycle gear. First things first, we're gonna have to test to see if we can even ride this thing. Let's see here, can we get our foot under the shifter? That we can. Okay, so we can shift. Cool, we can shift. Oh my god, we can shift. Oh my god, we can shift. I can do it. Oh my god. Still a little broken, but it's fine. That is huge news. Oh my god. I will say, other than just living a regular healthy lifestyle to help you heal from a motorcycle crash, number one thing that I've been eating that's actually been like noticeably helping me is pizza. Every single time I go, I order a medium pizza, extra cheese. I don't usually like toppings on my pizza. I go and I eat the entire thing, including the crust. Feel like 10 times better. So I had a pizza today. It was really good. So that's kind of why I'm out here riding today. The only thing about pizza is it doesn't have a ton of nutrients, and so you have to supplement that with a multivitamin or something. But it's so dense in carbs and protein and things that you need to rebuild your muscles. So that's been the big thing for me. It's probably not great long term for my health in terms of like clogged arteries and like keeping my body fat percentage down, but in the short term, like healing up so I can get back to like my normal life, oh, it's been doing wonders. So the only awkward thing about riding today is that I have an open-toed boot with a broken foot. So I cannot, I gotta emphasize this, I cannot dump this bike, or else it's going to be very, very bad news it's gonna be a bad day. Yes, I am wearing, other than that, I am wearing full motorcycle gear. I'm wearing these same gloves that I wore when I went, well, not the exact same gloves I wore when I went down, but these are the same kind of gloves I was wearing when I crashed my bike, and my hands were perfect. So I'm wearing these. I am wearing an Alpine Star jacket. I'm wearing riding jeans that have a little weird stain on them, but they feel fine. They have padding in them. Everything's okay. And I'm wearing my super tags other than that. So I cannot wreck today. That is not what we're doing. Okay. Yeah, just gotta be really careful with that foot. Oh, that hurt. Shifting really hurts, so we're gonna try to avoid doing that as much as I can. Oof, yeah, that really hurt. Oh, this may not work out. Whatever, it's too late to turn back now. We're at least getting this bike to where we're trying to go. I don't know about picking up the other one, but I cannot believe I'm riding with a broken foot. This has to be the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. I don't understand what's wrong with me. It's shaking so much. It's better, I think this is less dumb than what we were doing before, which was riding in the full-on medical boot, but that was pretty stupid. Oh, that's way easier. I just shift. If I just shift with my hand, that's so much better. I could just do that, and I could downshift with my foot. I could do that. It's just upshifting. It's kind of a little bit painful. I wonder if this cold air is good for the foot. I gotta wonder that. Come on, baby. That's right. Shift with your hand. Dude, I can't believe I'm shifting with my hand. Oh my god, this is the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. Are you kidding me? This is so stupid. Okay, for the hand shifter, you guys gotta hit the like button, alright? Come on. The fact that we're doing that, watch, I could downshift just fine. Totally fine. That's that. I could do that. I could put pressure on it a little bit. It's just the upshifting that felt a little scary on my foot. So this is the male genius of why you follow this page, alright? It is only on Thought Taken's channel you get this level of stupidity and ingenious at the same time, right? That's why you're here. I just can't believe I'm riding again. Oh my god. I feel totally fine too. I do have this bike in rain mode, by the way, so if you are watching it, that's what that little umbrella is. It just helps smoothen out the power a little bit, so that way it's not as abrupt. Because hopping on this, obviously, I'm not in a very stable sense of mind. The riding position is really what's killing me. It's killing my ankle. It's killing my wrists too, because my wrists still hurt from the accident because I hit them pretty hard. I didn't break anything, luckily, but my wrists hurt a lot. So I'm kind of riding like straight up and down here, which is obviously not ideal on this bike. But dude, the hand shifter, I can't believe how well that works. I mean, I thought about doing it before coming out here, but like I can't believe that actually works like super well. Everything in my body is screaming at me to like pull over and like stop, but the part of my body that, like the part of my mind that makes up me, like part of the brain, the frontal lobe, is telling me to push forward and keep going. Don't let this hold you down from stopping you from doing what you love. I'm gonna see if I can downshift with my hand too. Oh yeah, all right, we're almost there. This is a very short distance away. Almost there, buddy. Doing good. You're doing very, very good. All right. That's all foot. That was a little scary. Luckily, the Kawasaki H2, the shifter isn't like super, you don't have to push super hard. It's not like the S1000 or the V4 where you have to like kind of manhandle it in order to get it to do what you want to do. You can kind of just tap it and it does what you want. I would usually skip right through this traffic, but I have to be very cautious because I can't react to situations as fast. And these guys are probably going to think I'm insane. Oh my god, I can't believe I did this with a broken foot. Riding the Kawasaki Ninja H2 with a broken foot. Are you fucking kidding me? This was the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. I can't believe I made it all the way here. With a broken foot. That thing still is broken. I just had x-rays done. It's still not healed. Do not let people tell you what you can or cannot do, brother. Oh, man. There are probably better things to be resilient about. Like, you know, like at your job or like schoolwork or, you know, something productive in society. If I had to choose, at least, you know, it's something. You gotta have something that you're just absolutely resilient on, that you're never gonna give up on. And you just have to do it. To me, that just happens to be riding, okay? Don't judge me. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what I can or cannot do. That's just the dumbest thing in the world. Tell me I gotta wait for this stuff to heal. Still got scabs on my road rash, broken foot. Tell me I can't ride in this beautiful weather. Kickstand. Let's see if I can do kickstand with a broken foot. Ta-da! Oh my god, we did that. I did it! I tried shifting and it was like not going well, so I just started like hand shifting it, dude. I mean, I can use this in an emergency if I have to, which is good. But like, just reach down and go, boop, boop. It's quick shifter.
It worked.
Oh, it worked, dude. It was awesome. I'd do it again. I'm gonna get some water and I'm gonna debate taking the 698. We're gonna see how that goes. I want to. I'm gonna try wheeling it with the boot on, dude. Sorry, you guys missed the cold start on this one, but this one might be a little bit harder to get on. Definitely putting a lot more pressure on my foot to get on this bike, but I feel like riding this bike will be a little bit easier. Oh, there we go. I just hit it with a heel. Why didn't I think of that? Ooh. That's why. She's in sport mode. We don't want her to be in sport mode. We want her to be in road mode. Thank you. I don't know if I can actually shift this. I don't think I can. I can't reach down and get the shifter. God damn it. I can't get to it. It's too far. I just bashed my head. That's so upsetting, bro. I have to leave the bike here. I can't. No, I can't do it. I can't reach down and hit the shifter. Yeah, I can't push it up with my... I can, but like my foot's so weak I can't do it. There's no way. Downshift, you need to be able to downshift and upshift, and I was able to do that with the H2 because it's a little bit, the peg's higher up. Yeah, I mean, I think I can. Like, it doesn't hurt to do it. It just takes... Yeah, I could. I did before. It just hurt a lot, but this, I mean, it doesn't hurt to push up on it. It's just like scary. Like, it, my body's like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, and then I do it and it's totally fine. But yeah, it's not... I have the MT. Like, it's not like I need this bike, but I really wanted... I was really looking forward to riding this bike. I just wish I had the option of like reaching down with my... But I can't. Like, it's too far. Maybe I could. Let me try taking it down the road. What time is it?
You got 10 minutes.
I'm gonna try going down the road, coming right back. Again, we're having this conversation of don't let someone tell you what you can or cannot do, man. Sometimes you battle yourself. Yourself is the hardest thing to fight. We're gonna try this. I wanted to avoid going on the street, but I have very high doubts. I have low faith right now. Look at that, right foot on the ground. Oh no, I just put all my weight on that foot. I forgot the... this is what's so frustrating about this. It's So motorcycling is so dangerous, and I'm not doing this. I think I can. I honestly think I can do it. I just need faith. Oh yeah, I could do it. Then watch this, I use my heel. Yeah! Sometimes dude, sometimes you just need a little bit of faith. Sometimes you just need a little bit of faith. We can do this. Oh man, this bike sounds so much better with the baffles too. We got this. Getting off this is not easy. Yeah, no, I got it. We can do this. So we are going to be taking the 698 home, and one thing I did forget to mention, I do plan on leaving this H2 here to get an exhaust put on. Finally, I know you guys have been waiting for the exhaust to get put on. I'm having this exhaust get professionally installed because I'm not a professional, and these guys are paid to work on these bikes for a living, and this is not an easy exhaust to install. You have to remove the radiator, you have to remove a bunch of fairings, and since this is a super complicated bike, I don't want to mess anything up. This is the most expensive motorcycle that I own currently, so I want this done professionally, and so they're going to do it. I am also going to leave this bike here over the winter. Oh, why are you leaving the H2 over the winter? Because our winters here in Ohio suck. I do plan on riding over the winter, but not this bike. This bike would not even be fun in the snow. This is a bike I want to keep nice and only ride on very nice summer days where that rear wheel can actually get traction. So I do want to say this video is sponsored by Ducati Cleveland. Ducati Cleveland is a dealership up here in Northeast Ohio. They are of course featured in tons of my videos and are going to be featured in many more, but this is the first video that's actually sponsored by them. That is because they want me to shout out their winter storage program, where you can bring your bikes here, ride them while the weather is still nice here in Ohio or whatever state that you're in. And from my understanding, that they have a couple of pay packages that you could choose from to store your bike here over the winter. They have a couple services that they also offer that have your bike taken care of over the winter, so that way your bike is going to be nice, pristine, and perfect when you pick her up in the spring. It also offers a lot more security. I don't have to worry about someone breaking into my garage when they are kept in a nice, insured environment. So if you're interested in keeping your bike here over the winter alongside one of my bikes, check out Ducati Cleveland. Service and winter storage, sponsored by Ducati Cleveland. My first sponsored video ever. Do you guys want to lead or should I? I'm probably gonna lead. It's so scary, bro. Like my entire body's shaking because it's like it knows I shouldn't be riding it, but it's the broken foot is all the way on the far side. Look at my foot shaking, bro. Look at that. It's not nervous. It's just like my body telling me, like, hey, you shouldn't be riding. I'm not nervous at all, bro. I've done this a million times. It's literally just the body being like, hey, you haven't used your foot in a while, like you shouldn't be doing this. I am fine though. I mean, I wasn't fine the day I tried, like the 5 days after I wrecked, I tried riding the H2. That wasn't fine. That hurt. I kind of regret that one because it probably set me back a few days healing. Just literally to a gas station and back. Like I didn't get out of first gear. That was straight up denial. Maybe this is a little bit of denial too, but I can't help myself. It looks like the camera stopped recording at a certain point, so I got to figure out. I really hope the camera actually recorded what I wanted to record today, but if not, got the bike home safely. I did record the entire journey home. Nothing really happened. We just jumped on the highway. It was super easy. I'm sorry if the camera corrupted and you guys didn't get to see anything that just happened, but against all odds, against every single hater I've ever had, against everybody's wishes and dumb people of the internet, I can't or I shouldn't. Today I rode 2 of my motorcycles. Mission accomplished. I got the H2 to the dealer and I got this bike home with the foot still healing. I call it a broken foot because I get it, like it's healing. It's been 2 weeks. It's probably calloused over and like it's healing a good amount. Point is, the doctor told me to stay off of it and I'm not. I don't recommend that anybody else does this unless you listen to your body and do what you think is right. But I do think the underlying message here of being defiant, doing something stupid even though people tell you otherwise, that rings true for a lot of things in life. So again, I'm sorry if you guys missed all of what just transpired, but point is, we got this stupid bike home and I'm just so happy. I'm gonna figure out how to get it inside. I'm probably gonna take my gear off and then do that, but oh god. And you ride a motorcycle with a broken foot, kind of, because we proved last time we tried doing this with the boot on, didn't really work too well. But since the ankle isn't the thing that's actually broken, it's the foot, now that I'm in like a better thing that actually represents what's actually broken, because I can have ankle movement, that's fine, it's just the foot. So can you ride with a broken foot? Yes. Yeah, you can. And it's awesome. Don't recommend it. I don't recommend that everybody goes out and does this for views or clicks or whatever, but breaking your foot really hurts and it sucks. But when in Rome, am I right? Who cares? Anyway, I'm going to hop out of here. I'm going to go chill inside the rest of the night, leave my foot elevated, let it heal properly. And you guys enjoy yourselves the rest of your night. Go for a walk. Enjoy your nice, healthy lives. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.